enemies, a taste of immortality, and a questionable cheese.
Breezy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress. Middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. They are looking. Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
Breezy.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Must I repeat myself?
Beastmaster thanks you.
has fallen. I could have predicted this. Brace yourself for sad tidings. Radiant's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business. Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business. Dire's top tower is under attack. Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Like nobody's business. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. I have no reason to lie about such things.
Every coin helps.
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack. Memories, a taste of immortality, and a question of cheese.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Unless that dude just teleported into 3 different cameras, Marvel.
Marswell, yeah.
I mean, he has the power. If he's guys from Marvel,
That is
pretty
true.
sure
He is
can
an Avenger.
just jump the galaxies, universes, and rooms.
It's Doctor Strange.
Radiant's remaining pick.
And unsurprisingly, Puma Huskar banned out by Fnatic.
Yep.
No shocker. But you said only 2 out of 14 games that they've
Yeah,
been
2 out of 16.
16?
Yep.
I guess these are their comfort picks. These cheese picks, whenever they get
10 seconds remaining.
hands on them, they will play it. The
5 seconds
around a bit,
remaining.
Lina.
Pick.
I don't know where she's gonna go.
Beastmaster.
Fnatic ran
team
something
back.
similar. Had Enchantress Beastmaster. This was Beastmaster offlane. I don't think Beast mid is viable anymore after seeing numbers. It's just not enough. There's so much, and I think a lot of people, a lot of teams figured out how to play.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised
10
if Fnatic
seconds
just goes
remaining.
for a cookie cutter, standard defensive sort of
5
draft,
seconds
going to the
remaining.
mid-late game, because I just don't think Lilgun has the tools or the
Radiant
experience to beat
team
Fnatic
back.
there. Like even though Fnatic has been struggling there,
Yeah,
late game is pretty good still.
they banned Luna because exact lineup they were running in Omega and Dusk Luna and Templar Assassin.
Yep, up the tempo. Beastmaster is pretty much exclusively
10
played as
seconds
offlane now when it's
remaining.
picked, I think.
Yeah.
You go for the Solar Crest, you go for all
5
these aura
seconds
items.
remaining.
I've even seen some Vlads.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Overall, I just
a
want
dead
to
item.
go full buff up. I would see it like a couple of times here and there.
It's an
once in a
expensive
10
item,
games.
maybe fourth or an offlaner as third, fourth item. A lot of the offlaners, no matter tanky, Lotus Orb maybe good. So Vlad's not really a pro.
How much is it now? 2.6k or something?
I think it's like
It's very
it's
expensive.
super.
You like the Timber response?
Dire team back.
It's good against both heroes at least.
Enchantress is good against Timber with the pure damage. 4 I didn't really like it, but after seeing a lot of the game, Enchantress as a position 5, like she can Timber Saw, you feel the difference coming out from that pure damage. I kind of like it.
But it can also burst the Ench down,
10
right? It goes kind of both
seconds
ways.
remaining.
Because you have 3 pure damage nukes.
Yeah.
5
And you have the
seconds
Lina as well.
remaining.
This Lina first pick is very unorthodox, very
Radiant
interesting.
team
Yeah.
back.
I don't like it. I love position 4 Lina, but I don't like it paired up with the Timber Saw
Yep.
because it's not a reliable stun. It's not something that can move around, let's say, Tusk, Earth Spirit, that can aggressive plays on a mid lane. You want to leave some solo XP to Saw, and then Lina
10
moves. Where does
seconds
she move?
remaining.
How does she gank?
I also feel like Lina wants to have a
5
teamfight offlane,
seconds
like a
remaining.
Tidehunter or Sanking or something, because she's lacking a teamfight herself, especially as support, and Timber doesn't really make up for that. Somewhat of an anti-synergy so far.
Yeah, and Lilgun are mulling over all of these core bans. So they ban out the Luna, they ban out the Ursa. Still have their IO Gyro combination for Fnatic in their
Dire
pocket
team
if they want to
back.
go for it. Sure, Enchantress is picked up, but you can just send her to a different lane or send IO Beastmaster as a lane.
They haven't been super successful though, right, with IO Gyro?
No, but
No.
I mean, that's what you were saying, that they could just go for Cookie Cutter and they're probably better than
They could.
Lilgun.
Gyro's really good against Timber Saw. Use a rocket,
10
kind of
seconds
force him,
remaining.
chain, get out of the possible XP range, and you have enough
5
nuke
seconds remaining.
like to play Gyro. I also don't like Gyro, especially. They might go for it once again. There is this combo, roar, to relocate, blah blah blah. We've seen couple of thousand times in Dota.
Yeah. Great. Proven. It works. But like you already see the Timber. IO doesn't really like to play into Timber. Well, might as well just pick something that suits the situation a little better. They're all taking the sweet time. Sweet bands.
All the sweet, sweet carry bans specifically. That's only role being targeted right now.
I mean, Fnatic is just banning all these heroes that
Radiant team
a single
back.
player could potentially take over the game,
Yeah.
which makes a lot of sense because Lilgun like to do this kind of stuff where X123 just plays his whatever hero he's comfortable on. I don't even know. Like he just plays.
He plays a lot,
different heroes.
Yeah, he plays a lot. He played Arc Warden, he played Wraith King, he
10
plays Lone
seconds
He
Druid.
played like
remaining.
Lina the other day too, I think.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
That could be a good
5
sign, or that
seconds
could be a
remaining.
bad sign. I don't think you
It's a
can...
good sign if you win.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be good at every hero. You can level, but you need to have a couple of heroes that you're specialized at.
And you need a couple of like 95%.
Yes.
And then you have like 10, 70% or whatever.
considering how they're playing, I've those win rates are below 50.
Nope. I know in Season 1, I think in Europe, that
Radiant's
highest
team
hero
picked
versatility was
Dire
OG.
team
All of their heroes, all their roles were playing like 10 different heroes minimum, but then they didn't qualify. So having high versatility is not always a recipe for success.
Yep. It only works when
Your wings.
when you win, but
Yeah.
also when your style doesn't like take a big hit.
Right.
Like you still,
10 seconds remaining.
if you have 4 protect 1 team, maybe you can be really versatile in that style, but you shouldn't just
5
switch your
seconds
style up every
remaining.
game.
It's true.
Like you're still
Radiant's
practicing
team picked.
in scrims with that one style and you're good at Baden.
Not
Alright,
really
at
good
Baden,
against
Lina.
Dire team
too
picked.
many stuff. Roar, you can
Drow
purge it off. Drow Ranger, like they can just run Drow Ranger and this lane or Drow Ranger next. Really good against Ina and Timber. So this lane could still be mid laner. Lilgun already needs to figure out how
10 seconds
to deal
remaining.
with heroes. So you have Drow Ranger piercing through the base armor,
5
Nyx
seconds
is set as
remaining.
pure damage, Impetus pure damage, mana burn against the Timbersaw, easy setup carapace on his abilities. This Timbersaw is not gonna have a good time.
If you get carapace while you're chaining, your chain still, you
Stop.
still go
You
to,
stop.
You stun.
you stop
Yeah,
Yeah.
immediately. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the damage happens before the movement. That sucks.
What happens like in the startup of the movement? It's like a weird interaction. Where it's like when you stun him when he's already in the air and it doesn't stop.
Right, yeah.
It's Dota 2.
Dota 2.
Exceptions.
A game of consistency.
Yep. Most consistent game out there. So everybody should check it out. Dota2.com.
Free to play.
Yep. Can download Steam from there, make a new account, and then it's very easy to download Dota.
Make sure you only have one account.
Yeah.
Do not make multiple accounts.
Oh, you can have multiple phone numbers, all good.
Yeah.
I do not
have one-
support this message that Lacoste is
Dire
sending.
team back.
Make sure you have
If
like
only if you're a
70
pro
GB.
player, so you can, you know,
Okay.
I'm talking about the pro players.
Oh, of course.
So you can, you know, practice stuff
Radiant
that other
team
people
banned.
see it. Other than that, smurfing,
There we go. That's what I was looking
Mhm.
for.
or just we want to send out this positive message to the people out there. Also, creating a new account is not gonna help you at all.
Get better, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm in the trench, Lacoste. I don't belong in this
no,
MMR.
you're not stuck in the
You
trench.
are
10 seconds
stuck
remaining.
exactly where you belong. Period.
If you want to get better, book a coaching
5
session with me.
seconds remaining.
Are you doing coaching sessions, Black?
Of course.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, on your twitter.com?
Hey, that one guy went from legend to divine in 1 month.
Wow, that's actually insane.
Mm-hmm. I'm a good teacher.
Was he a carry player?
Support.
You coached a support
Of
from Legend to
course.
Divine?
Bro.
Whoa.
As a pro
Dire
player, you're
team
gonna know
banned.
all the roles.
Exactly.
Damn. No,
Especially on that level, it's not that difficult.
that's true. From Legend, but still though, that in 1 month, that's impressive.
Radiant
If anything,
team
I'm
banned.
impressed that he put so much work into it.
It's just
Aw.
people don't see it, you know, because I've been coaching people before, and there are some people that don't improve.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they're not better, they don't want to get better, they can get better.
Don't have the right mentality.
Maybe.
Yeah, Tom.
It's just about putting the right idea in their head, like what needs done.
10
But there are a lot of
seconds
people that
remaining.
seem you are really
Yeah.
improved because they have
5
a
seconds
wrong way of
remaining.
thinking. Dota is just like adapting. Situation you're in right now, how do I adapt to this?
I realize it's a lot about attitude. Like if you're willing to learn and listen, then you will get better.
Dire
But if you keep talking back the entire time, that's usually when you're like,
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
you're trying
It's
to
like-
explain, and he's like, yeah, but
but why did you do it? It's really bad. Yeah, but this is what I think. It's not good.
sometimes listening is just
Yeah, just be quiet. Let the big boy do the talk.
so let the big boy do the talk. Phantom
10
Lancer
seconds
here, he
remaining.
could potentially be the big boy in this game. There's not a single counter for him.
5
I mean,
seconds remaining.
The Axe Mjolnir, you become Lightning
Yeah,
City.
you just need to farm 16, 20,000
That's-
gold
that's
worth
no
of
problem.
items. Get the Dragonlance, Anta, BKB, Mjolnir, and
Radiant
Axe.
team
Plus
piece
a
of cake.
shard in the second road to get one for free.
Yep. Sounds easy enough for me.
They need a counter for this Phantom Legend. Need a mid laner, Leshrac and out, which is a
Ember
great
sounds
counter.
good.
Ember is okay-ish. Like, is there anything else that puts more pressure on Phantom Lancer?
Zeus.
Go ahead.
Not that
Hero.
profit.
Select
Oh.
your heroes.
Seems
That's
like
rough.
Moon just being like, give me a hero that I know how to play.
But it is what we said, like stable cookie cutter kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's good against Tiny. which I think is Tiny. Middle?
Yes. No.
Was it Lina?
I think
Middle?
they swap things around. I think they put
For Lina middle
Lina
now?
in the mid now because it's a
Good
dead
against
profit.
DP.
Tiny does.
But Tiny 4, we have seen that.
This is something that they do. They really love Lilgun.
I mean, they
want
also
to do.
lose a lot though.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sentence, I like Lina more on the mid lane here because not only has she been buffed up heavily, she's also in a very favorable matchup. Like, it's for... never mind, I'm out here, man. Let's go. That's the wrong mind. I'm gonna go with a little bit of wrong mind as well here. I'll hop on the tsunami train. Let's go Lilgun. PL versus Beastmaster good. PL versus Drow Ranger good. DP. If Lina goes mid, I'm down for Lilgun. If she doesn't, it's a bit more rough.
My career is saying Fnatic.
My apologies.
He's embarrassed. What can I
You
say?
really should prepare for battle.
Yeah. Game number 1, Fnatic Lilgun should be a fun one. Fnatic have definitely played sketchy, I guess would be the word. Inconsistent at times.
For you guys to go against such a strong organization and historically strong team, I completely understand that. You know, I've been in Lilgun's shoes way too many times before, so I like to cheer for the dog here and there. I hope they do well enough. We'll see.
It's just tough. Their one win came against Smart Omega. And they're 1v6 right now.
They definitely aren't performing to the standards that SCA Division 1 requires at the moment, but they do have a
30
draft that's
seconds
really...
to battle.
Exactly sure why they decided
I'm not
to
much
put
of an
Lina,
announcer, but I'll do my
because
best.
Hero is looking extremely strong at the moment. It's also very good on position. Get me wrong. It's just that I feel like she could do much more on the mid lane versus that drop.
Wondering how they'll transition the Lina's build. If it's going to be one of those like, I'm a 4 Lina and I'm pumping myself up, getting some items to hit hard, help out my team, have like a 4-core situation come their way.
Just a 4 Aetherlands Yules is usually the goal. That's it. And you do a lot. You do quite a bit as a position for Lina. I had a guy last for Lina and he said he's gonna free lane. He did a free lane. He got hooked under the tower 5 times, but fine.
Well, it's a free lane that you're getting all that solo experience while he's dead.
I definitely did get a lot of solo experience last night.
You know who you are? Guy's just sitting at home.
He's a pretty big streamer in the Russian scene, but that doesn't matter. Go and check this game out, how the lanes are going on.
Yeah, so far pretty quiet. Runs here. And we've seen some Drows really feel quite strong. I worry for the Drow. There's a couple things here that Lilgun can just get up top of the Drow with. If Phantom Lancer has that opportunity to jump the Drow, I wonder how Raven can react. Timbersaw, again, another one of those heroes that maybe can get on top of your Timber Chain and make your life really miserable. Big 2-man stun with the Impale, HP getting low, and the right clicks aren't enough as the Fairy Fire is eaten by that Lina and lands the LSN on the Gems.
He's fine, and that's already so much pain to stick by Hishki. almost died, forced to use the Sal. You don't really need to do a lot from this lane as a position 4. Secure it a bit for Timber and then he'll take over. Same goes on the top lane. PL, this is a decent lane for him. All you have to do is block the hard camp and not allow the Enchantress to get any good creeps in. That's it. PL should do completely fine.
Yeah, they block that camp, and also Enchantress takes Nature's Attention in level 1, so without putting any damage with like an impetus or anything, goes to enchant level 2.
Yeah, he did start with Blightstone, so he's actually hitting for quite a decent chunk, even without the impetus. This isn't something that you see very often on starting instantly with Blight, but if you're Protection 4 and you're buying that Blightstone into Medallion early on.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that. The Enchantress is going straight Solar Crest.
Yeah, straight Solar Crest, exactly. Glimmer Cape, Solar Crest, that's usually the fine build at the moment.
Minus armor out, or you know, even boost up your carry without that Solar Crest.
That's the point of it, right? Just boost your one carry that you've got as strong as possible. The items, Solar Crest, Solar is build up.
Yeah, that change in the items needed to build the Solar Crest has helped supports quite a bit.
Orb out, crown in. Just the casual 1,000 gold less. Ace.
Get that kill, first blood up top. DJ gets credit for it. They use that enchant to get the soul on Ace, and he ends up dead. And that's changed to the ulti orb of the crown. Now you feel like you're killing it, king or queen, as you take out these other heroes with minus armor.
It's really good as well with the Beastmaster. Beastmaster going for that Dominator. That's going to be the build. Pretty much rushing it. No boots, nothing like that.
Ooh. Machine doesn't win anything. A little spike carapace action on the Luna for a second. It's already a 1k lead here for Fnatic. The lane's not exactly going all too well for Lilgun at the moment. You have Tiny at 21 now, PL at 18-0, but the harassment's being felt.
Yeah, that's a little bit actually scary for Lilgun, because one thing that this lineup of Fnatic can do is crush you early on and take the full map control. You have that buffer, you're gonna have these nicer dominated creep and Enchantress with creeps. A lot of stuff that you have to deal with. You don't really have any big AoE control besides the Timber, really.
Going out, slowing down Ace. Got the Hellbear. They already have the Medallion. As much as PL's not dying, it's really good for Fnatic.
It's still very... That's probably because of the Abaddon as well. He's a good position 5. We've seen it in Chinese region quite a bit. But versus Beast and Enchantress, he doesn't do way too much. Stands back and kills you. Lean on the mid lane. They're trying to set something up, but he's only level 2.
He hasn't gotten much.
Moon just hits 6. Yeah, he also gets crowded. This is a lot of time wasted for the Lina.
The only benefit is Timber's will get some solo experience, but you're not getting anything as this Lina, which means your 6 is going to be slow. Being level 2 in any of these engagements that might happen right now.
It's pretty solid for the Timber. That's a completely correct statement, because Timber usually should not be able to die unless you really die.
Could be bad for Hishki with the Spike Carapace, but gets into the trees, avoiding Raven, even though one Frost Arrow came out and sold him down for a moment.
Nah, it's just Timber. He's a wall.
He's zoning you out.
Exactly, he just zones you out. You can't pass that wall. Hitting decent at the moment.
Ace might be dead again. A lot of shield. They've got the slows from the boosters, from the enchants, and DJ now with 2 kills.
Yeah, remember that enchant will dispel the Execration shield.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful how and when you use it. It will deal damage, but it will get dispelled, so you won't be able to survive long enough. It's so much slow on this. Here we go, Moon with the first rotation. He's going to pop Exor Secure.
Shut that lane.
Pretty much just take the tower and open up the dark jungle.
Make sure that this PL doesn't have anywhere to farm, or, well, shrink where he does. He's got the helm already finished off on Schwan, and
Look at Raven, by the way. This is a very important. This tower will fall. We don't have to look at that.
Yeah.
Raven instantly going from bottom and deep mid is the big move. Because it prevents this what doing right now, what Lilgun is doing, rotating Tiny and Lina on the tier 1 bottom, trying to do the same play that they're doing, but with an extra kill for the Drow. It won't work.
Jeff's gonna get pressured to push back. 4 heroes. Impale, Avalanche, LSA all coming in. One last shot for Marvel and 4 heroes. That's drawing a lot of attention.
Completely irrelevant in the great scheme of things. This is, if you're a Nyx, you don't want to die, you want to stay alive as long as possible. You want to delay the tower push. And look, by the time they take this tier 1, their top tier 2 is pressured.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That moment right there is where in a pub, potentially Nyx goes, really? 4 heroes for just me, bottom? They do take
Even if he ult, they have no response because they know he's right. Yeah.
They do put some damage on the top tier 2 quite a bit. Invading the jungle, and like you said, Raven making that move over, it really boosted him up.
Yeah, this jungle is infested. You can't go in. You need perhaps a blink on the Tiny or Timber to go there, but
this isn't going to be one of those 10-minute blinks for the Tiny, though.
it won't. He found his neutral item, Fairy Trinket, buff up his damage output a little bit, and I like what Marvel is doing there with just popping of Trianos and where he is. He needs to be the wall. Like, for Lilgun, he shouldn't be the one pushing the pressure, he should just be the wall in front of towers. Extra tower in front of the tower, let's put it that way.
It's an interesting word coming up from Ace, and I don't know if that was spotted by Raven when it got placed down.
It's a good one, because the sentry on the cliff doesn't reward it. That's why he did it. It doesn't give you a lot of triangle, but it gives you enough info to be able to take the tier 1. And look at these dire 3 wards. They're literally all set up just to be able to take the tier 1 of the...
Realistically, it could even help you get information to take tier 1 top. If rotations come from mid towards that triangle area, you'll see them move
really
up.
care.
It's not a lot of info.
You don't care about it if you're little.
Master, 4 heroes here, LSA all missing. They should still be able to get this kill, but Primal Roar, the damage might be 1 for 1 on a trade. Hishki getting low, but saved. A missed coil is going to finish off this Beastmaster. It's 4 heroes rotating. The question is whether or not that space made by Beastmaster ends up benefiting Fnatic enough. Use the Exorcism. They're trying to get themselves a tier 1 tower over mid. Get this kill on the Abaddon. He doesn't have a lot of time, so he's dead to rights.
He's not having fun. Ace is what, 0-3 at the moment? Every single time he changes.
Yeah, he's all 3 deaths right now, but now he doesn't get to be all 3 deaths because, well, they get the kill on Hishki.
Fnatic is a little bit faster than Lilgun at the moment. Lilgun, they will try to assemble on this tier 1 mid lane. Let's see if Fnatic responds. They are running back. Justice and Beast.
Make anything happen here?
I just want to make Timbersaw go away so that the catapult dies. The moment the catapult dies, they don't really have enough damage to be poking this tower. Drow, the Raven, farming top.
Vendetta with the impale, right click from the Impetus as the sun coming out from that centaur that's enchanted.
He's in the circle. He's like, okay, why did I go in this circle? Why did I go here? No wards. Another circle? Yeah, Brown is like, he's like, yeah, why did you go there? Mark to
move towards the top street to protect the tier 2, but it's already down. And this game is looking like every single game I've casted with so far Beakoff, a speed run.
25 minutes. I told you we have 50 minutes for both games.
For both games, 11 minutes in, the top tier 2 has fallen. 11 minutes in is usually when you take the tier 1. That's the usual scenario.
Stay here longer. Every series.
Every series. And that would love. We would go from TGL to
the games would have the frame perfects. We're trying to maybe get a eye here on the throwing back. Something like Fnatic, but instead he's in with the Primal Roar. He's silenced, he's killed. Marvel on Defusal picked up for the PL. That's a big for Lilgun to maybe hopefully for them to take advantage.
This Defusal big. What's bigger for the other is the blink from Tiny, and that Tiny is not very much. Well, Fnatic is very objective based at the moment, going from one to the other, not spending any time farming unnecessarily because they don't need to. They understand how strong they are at the moment. This level 2 as well benefits them tremendously.
Game plan, guys, huddle up. Who's casting this series right now? Oh, I heard it. Blizzard. All right, 25-minute game. Let's do this. We're gonna move real fast.
Nothing's changing.
They have this Aegis now to work with. They've got the Solar Crest finished on the Enchantress. Assassin going straight at and already there.
It's a big boy.
Speed run. Yeah.
So recently we've seen the Falcon Blade builds and whatnot, then into the axe. Here, there's a big rotation.
Try and kill the Nyx Assassin. Laguna Blade, Spike Carapace, that stuns both of them. And with the Laguna Blade, with that damage, they don't get killed on the jabs just yet. Doesn't deny though. And now the Spike Carapace once again. They should be able to get this one to work.
Maybe guys.
Yeah, don't forget.
They took the tier 1. They took jabs more, but we can see it on the side of Fnatic. Many more guys protecting and being the last man defending the top tower.
And so far, Beastmaster with all 3 deaths. That's about
this.
He's got Primal Roar.
Because Abaddon.
Yeah.
Abaddon. He was saving the point, which is something that kind of isn't done as often as before. That ulti point, and then you skill it when you drop really low. You don't want that ulti of yours to pop for no reason, so you save the point.
Like an A on this.
Exactly, like you lock the A on this at the moment, because the ulti is almost buffed up there.
Yeah. Health back, run away.
Abs. Kick in.
They're being champ. They don't want to chase, and that's probably the lack of knowledge of what's behind
he's
him.
actually overthinking it. That's what's up. He's overthinking it.
Chain in, maybe baiting. Who knows? Vendetta, 2 minutes stun. Right clicks coming in from Raven. They've got Ace coming from the side. Mistbro trying to survive after the shots on the DJ. They've got his Phantom Lance regain X123. He's got the damage kill off. Jebs, or does he? Spike Carapace lands on a 3. They get the kill on the Hishki as well. Sanctity, they've got the kill on a 2. Now the 2-man stun again. Jebs, no way he gets to run away from this entire fight. They're going to go after the Timbersaw as well as the Abaddon. They get the kill on the Bolt. And Jebs, okay, he gets to survive with a sliver of health. That was...
Yeah, they just execute that fight so much better. At first, what was happening is wanted toward the cliff, but they also saw the Lina kind of moving back a bit. Nyx thought that he was under vision, but he wasn't. They could have just picked off the Lina and moved into the teamfight 4v5. It didn't matter because Sanctity, as you can see here, he jumps with a Tiny, but he doesn't manage to the Drow with the Avatos combo. Instead, he clips the Enchantress, which is pretty much useless. You can't kill her afterward, you wasted your big nuke, then afterwards the double impale by Nyx Assassin, and Drow doesn't even use the Aegis.
And that's the second double impale of the fight. He's just not even dying.
That's why Nyx is such a valuable hero in the Chinese region.
He's getting ignored here pretty much.
Yeah, it's getting ignored. He got banned, I believe, in the last game twice, but it's not nearly the first phase as in the other regions.
There's another tier 2 at 16 minutes into the game.
16 minutes in. That's it. We're slowly getting to that 20-minute mark, so the high ground push commence. I'm multi-PT here, so that's definitely what's happening.
They've got an Aegis.
And for a long time still.
Yeah, and they have Exorcism at 40, so they could definitely put the timings in.
They go for it.
Just another tower, I guess.
And they're pinging it. And the creep wave is actually pushing in. They still have one full wave here, so I'm not sure what Lilgun can do any longer. They've just fallen behind 7k, 17 minutes in. It's a huge difference. They need to wait out the Aegis, jump, blow up the Drow Ranger. If they manage to do that, they can take a decent fight.
Nick's in a decent spot, but he's under the Sentry Ward. Spike Parapet is perfect. All three here just trying to attack them. They get stunned, and that might be another opportunity here. They do lose the assassin. You see it ends up turning the way of Fnatic. They pop the borrow time. They've got the silence onto two of these heroes. Raven wanting to go through it. Careful with that Aegis time. The Onyx come in and they get the kill on the Beast Master. So now, Fnatic, they might start to run. Use the Exorcism. DJ trying to TP out, move onto the high ground.
Oh, that's TP.
He's got haste.
So should be fine.
He's fine.
That Aegis actually got reclaimed in the middle of the fight. Raven.
Avalanche. Top. And he's gonna try and TP, but there's no chance. That's good timing for Lilgun.
That's what Lilgun can do to get back into this game, and that make Fnatic make some mistakes. That with an assassin, usually you don't go that deep, because you realize if my team is pushing the tier 2, of course Nyx is going to be behind it, so they plant the entry, they pick him off first, and then afterwards the team fight is easier for them. Remember, at the moment they don't really have anything to deal with the PL. He's still extremely comfortable in his game, almost has mana completed, and if you don't control him, you easily lose the fight, even when you're 5k ahead.
They were up
7k before that
now
fight.
It's 5, and Phantom Lancer jockeying for the top spot in the net worth. Moon right there with him. Raven. You see how killable he is if they're able to jump on top.
Yeah, they just need to really control him, and it will become a little bit harder now as he has Manta on the Phantom Lancer, by the way. About Raven, however, he needs like 2 more items to be that maneuverable, unkillable Drow Ranger that just fights out and kills fighting.
And he's got Dragonlance, Sanjini Asha going into the Mjolnir next.
He's trying to deal with the PL, right? You guys will throw the right thing. And it definitely does make a lot of sense. He also has Hurricane, sorry, not Hurricane Pike, but the Drop Bow. And that just feels so good. All you need is to keep distance. This allows you that.
That extra 100 attack range. As well as the extra attack speed. More so the attack range.
Now the speed is nice too. A little bit of that, a little bit of inner beast. Damn good. Be the Drow Ranger at the moment. Stop. They're baiting on Moon mid, how they're rotating around. But Ace is actually in a very good position.
DJ frontlining. Being an annoying Enchantress.
That's also it. We talked about the Solar Crest, hidden by Tranquils or Boats, he went straight into fight afterwards, so he's extremely tanky down. He runs straight uphill because he understands if I run and give info, it's good. They can't kill me.
Yeah, they'd have to use so much just to kill him.
What's your favorite hero to just run uphill?
I
Any
guess
hero, right?
the answer
You
is
just
but I'm dead anyway. I just ran uphill. Can they stop the TP? He did stop the TP.
He actually he still has it on full.
Think about TPing out. out, standing still like that, or maybe trying to trick them. Actually, 2-3 gets killed off by the Crypt Swarm. Gets the kill. They look over the Abaddon and early borrowed time into the TP.
That's one of those mistakes that you really don't want to do.
Go after Marvel. Timber Chain onto the high ground. They should be able to keep vision. The question is, can they get the stun? Yes, they can. Jab lines it up. Marvel, he's silent, he's roared, he's killed, he's gone.
And that's really why they opted to go for that Prophet over something like Bird. Also, Moon is very comfortable on the hero, but that Prophet scale is just so much better versus all these tanky boys. You can take down a Timber, you don't need to buy a Vessel as well. He literally doesn't feel as tanky as a normal Timber so should, even though he does have a lot already. But that kill, they baited him, used the trap, went on to the Phantom Lancer, really good execution by Fnatic.
Yeah, he tricked me. I thought he was TPing out, he was standing still.
And you actually know who the real one is.
Yeah, I can see who the real one is, and I was just like, all right, I guess he's leaving.
You know, just trying to joke a little bit with the illusions and whatnot. Everyone is doing that.
That 500 IQ.
Which one is it? Which one is it? You're chasing some... 4 of your teammates are chasing some illusion while you're actually being hit for 100% damage and you're screaming, please help. This is the real.
So Roche is getting up in a minute 12.
I don't know if we have enough time.
25 minutes?
25 minutes.
We have to be done.
We have to be done, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. This can last because you can see Fnatic, they're posturing near the pit. They're up 9k. On the Phantom Lancer was pretty massive, and yeah, they know the timing too. They're hanging out near by the pit.
Kill on the PL, and the fact that all of their heroes are kind of armed. Everyone is getting something from the map. Even this Nyx Assassin, position 5 almost has Agony.
It's double.
I guess you can say that Fnatic has both position 4s and position 5s. They're all getting farm priority. They were expecting Roche.
Avalanche toss. They're going to go in under the Enchantress, who has the Nature's Attendants, but trying to run with a Diffusal. They've got the 2-man stun once again, so DJ surviving for a little bit longer. Marvel slow on this with the Chakram and more kill. Hitting 4 seconds. They're going to boost Trevor a little. The Exorcist is coming from behind the silence down to the Abaddon, who does have the borrow top in immediately, but they get to cut the jab. Look at the Nyx Assassin. Stun on the move, but look at Brink. He's just trying to do all he can, and the multi-shot comes in. This is a low Phantom Lancer, a dead Phantom Lancer. They do the kill on the moon, though. Wraith TP out. They're silenced up. The damage not there, and Beastmaster will go 2. Ends up being a 3-for-3 trade. That
3-for-2
could have been better for Fnatic.
100%. Why it wasn't better is because, first and foremost, you lose Enchantress first, and then is very bad as the teamfights where she's on the low ground and the teamfight is on the high ground. She does not like that. She doesn't enjoy it at all, especially when you're playing versus something at PL. If you look at Raven, he's literally just running around the fight. He used the split shot and just runs up, runs down, finishes off the Lina with a couple of hits, but doesn't have any big impact, which makes him isolated from the team, and Moon dies. It was a sliver of a second, I think Moon would have lived there. He just walked the plus too late.
They do get that kill on the PL, right clicks from the low ground, but that could have been a better position fight for sure for Fnatic. They should...
Picking team fights, by the way, areas for a team fight. When you're playing Drow, Hardcore, and these kind of heroes, is 90%. Right. But that's really what you have to focus on. If you fight in a bad spot on the map where your Drow can't be just isolatedly hitting targets, it's not. Even though they were 9k ahead, they trade kind of evenly.
Used by Lilgun. To fight here, they've got Aegis Cheese and Ag Shard, so could be a massive moment. DJ now at the front, and this Enchantress is dead to the Laguna Blade. Dead for 43 seconds.
And Roche is up, like you said. can go straight back in.
Nyx Assassin, I wonder if he can slow this down at all.
Oh, it's dropping pretty fast. Let's go. Burrowing down. And
Really does it.
really doesn't. Can you actually take him down? Well, that's the question. Even if you scout him, maybe you can burn mana with illusions. Maybe that's the best way. It's very difficult to do anything about this bug.
There he is. NLSN, yeah, they know where he is. Both the same three jabs. They might have overstayed your welcome in this room, but the right click's now coming in from Raven. He's got a much better position in this fight than the last one. We're going to throw the right clicks out on Sanctity. They'll get the kill to 90. They look over at Ace. On the borrowed time. Marvel trying to get on top of Raven, but they lose the Phantom Lancer. They lose Hishki. That's going to be 4 dead on the side of Lilgun, and you know that Ace is gone as well. So that is a full team fight. That'll turn to Roche. Aegis, Fuse, and Sharp all going the way of Fnatic.
They didn't respect the button. I was very skeptical at them going towards jabs because I've seen this story. I've seen this movie. You see that Nyx, you think you can take him down by the time you manage to bring him half HP roll. Too much control coming from the Aghanim, Nyx Assassin. And Fnatic is on the high ground.
Yeah, and that was what we just mentioned. Knowing where your team fights are is 90% when you've got heroes like your Mountain Sniper.
It's just Raven being on high ground. He's uncontested, just right-clicking away.
By the time Marvel tried to get on top of it.
He's out of mana and his team is dead. He's out of fatigue. Just really well executed by Fnatic.
Caraford goes in, and that lands on 50. They Avalanche on it too, but they've got the silence to follow it up. Gut didn't connect, but the silence came from the depth, and that's more than enough to send them backing. They've got the hypothermia thanks to the charge he picked up during that Roche. And, well, they're going to try and push this one, and again, the bug. He just burrows in your base. While you don't have raid, you don't have spray to get him out.
No bug traps, nothing like that.
One of those glue traps.
Yeah, exactly. Can you hang one of the glue traps on the tower and then you get stuck?
And it just wiggles around. Neutral. Yeah, he's probably got you.
Hey, look at this. Jab just goes through and the range of his skill, the range of his mana burn is way too big and still kind of dancing on it. They can't approach the rack.
Yeah, they want to. There goes the Rax top, the Rax mid, and they still have Exorcism going.
They still have cheese, they still have Aegis. There is really no reason for them to fall all the way back, but they might be disciplined enough to wait for Exorcism. They consider, but being 20k ahead, it's early on.
Now Lilgun has to come to them, or well, they don't have to, but that's what they're aiming at.
But that's one last play that you do.
And Nyx knows. Nyx has all the vision that he needs. In the burrow, right in front of them. They're trying to kill the Nyx Assassin. You got him. What else do you get from this? You can just raise and just kill your Phantom Lancer. He's killed your hopes of bringing this fight back because you don't have a carry. They'll chase after Hishki. They look over at Marvel and Raven just fighting both these heroes, standing his ground with the hypothermia to get the kill on a 3. Sanctity. It's not looking good for him, and that was called GG. He won, going to Fnatic very clean.
What was it? 29? Okay, that's a record for me. A little bit okay. So far, every single game I've casted in Japan has been, what, 25-minute max?
Just about, yeah.
So this is...
Series have lasted around an hour.
This is a little bit of an improvement.
We're getting there. We're getting some more time. Maybe you'll get tier 4s next game.
I don't.
No, I don't think so either.
Maybe megas. Maybe that's it.
You're the good luck charm for everybody who's putting their money on the under in terms of timings.
Sadly for Lilgun, I'm not their good luck charm in this game at least. Yeah. It's just broke apart very early on. That Nyx is on point with his plays, Drow Ranger. Maybe one fight in which he was out of position, but usually just on the high ground, wailing away. That Prophet with those travels did so much, picking off the Phantom Lancer on the bottom lane too.
Yeah, they get that kill on the Phantom Lancer. I mean, that fight
Radiant team pick.
Picking AA to counter an IO, because that's what Lilgun's true calling is looking like.
Well, blue is blue. Blue eyes, white dragon.
It's true. Can they merge the three?
Who else is blue?
10 seconds
Half
remaining.
of Jakiro.
Just cut Jakiro in
Cut
half.
Jakiro in
5
half.
seconds remaining.
Which half is better? Like
Dire
the
team
fire
pick.
part?
Depends on the season.
Like right now when we're
All right, now
Right
I'd
now,
probably take
the
the ice
ice
one.
head.
Yeah, for sure.
It's getting hot.
Like, I don't have to take the elevator anymore. I just make him create an ice path downhill.
Oh man, that would be sweet.
Yeah.
How do you get
Dire
up?
team ban.
Fly on him.
I don't know.
Jakiro.
Can he fly with only one wing?
I mean, he might do the.
It's
the
a,
he
remember,
might,
it's
he
a
might
hop,
do go
it's
to
a hop
circle.
of Jakiro.
He goes to circle motion and goes up.
It's just Jack. It's not. It's like he's missing the other part.
That's true.
It's just KB, no BQ. Just the Jack. Alright, well, they go for the pairing that I was expecting in game number 1, IO Gyro.
Gyro up there.
And Lilgun go with the Tiny again. Don't really know where it's gonna go. Might be mid, might be for position.
At least it's damage. Ice Vortex plus Avalanche Toss plus Ice Blast is a lot of damage.
Mhm.
Radiant team
Enough
ban.
to kill people.
Yep. Especially if AA gets a Philly and then a Shard.
And then an Agon Scepter.
Yeah. I miss the old Aghanim Scepter on AA. I miss the 17 second.
Have you ever seen a Moonshot AA right-click you from the high ground?
How does he have the mana for that?
10
Bloodstone.
seconds remaining.
So it's not just Moonshard and Axe. Okay.
And Midas.
And probably has a
Radiant
Hurricane
team
Pike,
back.
increase that cast range, Grobo on
Grobo,
top
yeah,
of
that's
it.
what I was
Yeah,
thinking
the
too.
Or
drain
Ballista. You
or
get,
AA.
you get slowed and pushed back.
Dude, at least AA sounds hilarious. I would love to see that one day.
You hit people from the fountain, probably.
So do they still ban a Beastmaster here?
I would. Like, if I'm
10 seconds
Lilgun, I think I just want to try to slow down the game as much as possible, so I actually get to play Dota.
5
Because
seconds
like when they had this
remaining.
DP, this Beastmaster, the Drow,
How do you slow
They just
down
push
the
too
game? Do you
fast.
take heroes like
Radiant
AA,
team
Jakiro, slow them down?
I mean, those two are probably not the best. I was more thinking like spammers, some people that sit in front of towers, like Tidehunter and whatnot. Yeah, like if the tempo's too high, generally the less experienced / worst team is the one that's gonna suffer
10
from it.
seconds remaining.
But what if the game goes too late and you make more mistakes?
5 seconds remaining.
Well, at least you got to learn more.
It's true.
Dire team
In the previous game that Fnatic actually lost against Omega with their IO Gyro, they also picked up Shadow Demon, Pango, and Mars.
Yeah, SD IO sounds terrible.
Yeah, and I don't really know why they picked it. There was no counters on Omega's lineup. It was
Radiant
Enchantress,
team pick.
I guess Bristleback, Soulcatcher.
Didn't
was
they
pretty
first pick SD and then went IO Gyro second phase? Maybe.
good. I don't think so. I think SD was second phase.
Why did they choose Fnatic to win it? That sounds terrible.
What, you remember? You were scarred so
Yeah, of
badly that you
course.
remember?
So Nyx Assassin, also another way of setting things up
10
for
seconds
possible relocate
remaining.
plays, and great against the Underlord.
Yep.
Easily can't carapace
5
that
seconds
off. Even
remaining.
like even Tiny, he does not have that instant stun, so you can carapace off. Nyx Assassin MVP of the previous game for a reason. I mean, we talked about and I personally feel that Nyx Assassin is definitely one of the strongest heroes right now. And you're like, you think he's stronger than Medusa? Well, he kind of beats Medusa. You have carapace against split shot. You have mana burn. Executed next.
Yep.
Impale against the slow Medusa. He's got it all.
Just wait until Dusa skills to 75 intel.
Oh my god. Has anyone taken that? Ever?
I mean, once you reach 30.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you're forced to.
I don't think you're forced to anymore.
That's true, you're
Which
not.
is good, because in case you play against Nyx,
Yeah.
like,
We talked about how on Faceless Void you don't necessarily always want the chrono AoE.
yep. In a lot of unfortunate,
team
unfortunate incidents happen with that bigger AoE.
Was that with Lilgun also?
No, that was with
Smart
SAG.
Omega? Oh, right.
In
SAG, that
Chinese
was in
region.
China. Yeah. The other lower division. for sure.
Because there's 2 Chronosphere AoE increases
Mhm.
that will make even a veteran feel uncomfortable.
10
Understandable.
like
seconds
me.
remaining.
No,
I chronoed a lot of heroes.
5 seconds
and not
remaining.
necessarily on the enemy.
Talk about that.
Wraith King picked up Underlord. Underlord is a hero that we do not see
Dire team
particularly
back.
frequently.
These heroes, they
Pretty
like
early
to play Dota early. Wraith King, who's not active for 15 plus minutes, gonna get that Radiant stuff. Same goes for Underlord. Time. This game, playing in Timber, I would love to see Ursa. And
10
they can't get
seconds remaining.
Gyrocopter. Because I think Fnatic only
5
stays
seconds
playing straight up with
remaining.
Io.
Yeah,
There's
them-
some mid Gyrocopters from time to time.
Yep.
I think that's still doable. But
Mhm.
this Timber saw into 3 strength heroes. Good. AA. Be a bit tricky.
Radiant
I feel like
team
as long as he's
ban.
ahead, he's gonna be happy. But once he like falls behind at all, he gets just stunned or hitted. You get an air blast on top, can die really fast on this Timber.
Yeah.
It's a good tempo kind of pick to make the game go fast because you can kill heroes very fast. But
Mhm.
it can backfire.
10
But Fnatic
seconds
probably very
remaining.
confident and yeah, the favorite paper.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have picked this
5
Timber
seconds
Saw against like
remaining.
No. Also because Cheon has not played it at all yet in the upper division, so I think this is a good opportunity for him to get practice on heroes that he needs to get familiar with.
It leaves what for Moon?
Bat Rider's banned out. He
Death
played
Dire team banned.
Death Prophet, yes.
Dragon Knight.
Goes. Something again. I mean, you don't necessarily keep the kill tiny, but something. What about some percentage-based damage? These old heroes
Phoenix?
are
Mid Phoenix,
something
let's
mid.
go.
Hell yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm kind of, I don't know why I have a feeling there's gonna be mid
5
under
seconds remaining.
Then send Timber mid when
possible. But you probably just want to have it against the Wraith King because you don't care about the skellies.
no. Fnatic ban out a win rate.
Radiant team
Yeah.
ban.
Everybody knows. Gyrocopter's propeller is not ready for Wind Ranger.
Is that really? Because the shackle, you know, gets all caught up.
Exactly.
Like we saw the headphone cable. Sometimes it's.
Dire
Oh, they
team
didn't see it.
pick.
That was us. Headphone cable gets caught up in your computer chair, and you're all
Yeah, or it just gets tangled up and you gotta do the grab it by the one end and
watch
roll
it
out.
unravel.
Yeah. So cool. I love that. So, ban Ember, okay. Now they need some.
10
They're
seconds
probably gonna.
remaining.
Knowing Fnatic. Gonna pick Quaswex Invoker.
5 seconds
They're
remaining.
feeling themselves right now.
They can get away with it. Good against Wraith King.
Or just pick DK.
What are you thinking?
I don't think DK's tanky, Firestorm percentage base combined with.
But Moon likes it.
I know Moon likes it. I don't mind Evoker, even though I'm not a let's mana burn Wraith King and just ruin his game. You don't do that anymore. Like, it's doable, but people got better. They're just waiting with the magic wand. Potentially, they are not good at it. You can shot hard, but I feel anything a bit problematic.
Yep.
The
I agree.
AA plus, it's a ton of damage. Let's say you have this Firestorm, you have Ancient Apparition, Vortex, Tiny blowing people up, like damage from the Radiance with that Vortex as well.
He played mid Pango one time.
Into Lord, just
Rough.
it feels really rough. They don't have any other abilities that go. I mean,
Radiant
abilities
team
goes through magic,
pick.
but
Invoker.
it is a lot.
Unexpected. Shocker. Again, I don't think they would have picked this hero if they played against another team.
Agreed.
So what is the build on Quaswex?
You go Vessel, 100%.
Okay, and that's
10 seconds
still my best
remaining.
guess.
But
I've
most
seen-
people don't do it.
Yo, Midas
What about
Switchblade.
Midas Switchblade Boots of
5
Travel?
seconds
Is that
remaining.
the
I
most-
love it. I
is
love
that
it.
the most
Yeah.
useless build
I
ever
saw
seen
it.
on Invoker?
I saw what he did, and he did not hit a single hero that game, I
No,
believe.
he did not.
Yeah, it was great. I took down out my notepad. I was like, wow, never do this in my life.
You put it right next to the Crystallis Gyrocopter build. That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
I mean, at least that kind of makes sense. But Midas bots,
Witchblade kind of makes sense.
Witchblade?
Invoker has really high int game.
yeah, but you hit people, it's good. What do we want from Lilgun then? I wouldn't
Where's
mind.
this tiny going? That mid tiny is core tiny, and then they put Invoker.
Ricky. Go ahead.
The
gonna
mid
be-
Ricky
Select
I think
your
it's good.
heroes.
against Invoker, not bad. You have high base
Armor.
damage, high base armor, high base region. You can dodge the EMP.
Mm-hmm.
Fnatic's gonna win.
But give me some glimmer of hope.
No, I think this Ricky could cause a lot of issues good lane against Invoker. These
It
heroes
is.
don't gank Riki. Like,
Four minutes longer than average. Yeah, this isn't breaking some rules here, I guess. But we'll see how the second game goes. We have something extraordinary, a Riki mid. I know some of the panelists have been advocating the Riki plus the shard for that sleep dart. Now smoke as well versus the Nyx assassin. Sounds fun. I'm not sure it's good. I actually didn't go, and you didn't go.
Yeah. Gave me the yes, the head shake. Nice. I appreciate the head nod. Coming right back over to us. We're gonna be having game number 2. Over under 25.5.
Under?
Yeah.
Under? Yeah. Like second time in a row, I get a little bit disappointed with the way they place their heroes. Like in the first one, I thought Lina is a perfect match for the mid lane versus DP. The second game, I think Tiny would have done just as much, and then you could pick something different for your position 4, not pick a Riki mid. But if that's what they're comfortable with, you know, I'm completely fine with that.
Right.
Sometimes picking a comfort zone is much better than and drafting what's perfectly in the meta and what's the best at the moment.
We see a lot of comfort picks come out, and sometimes they don't make sense with drafts. Like, I'm surprised at how willing teams are to throw comfort picks ahead of what is a counter or what works.
Yeah, the thing is, we don't really have a lot of heroes anymore that just straight up win the game if the game is right for them. You usually find some item or some playstyle that can counter, like a Medusa right now is probably the strongest one in that aspect, but you can still find ways of dealing with her.
Stun comes out, Lich in trouble, Tom in the air, but Jazz will die. However, first blood's there for Raven. Going on to the Gyro Cutter, we've got 3 heroes chasing Raven.
Stun in 8,
So Raven.
Blink in 13, this guy's fine, he has a Fairy Fire as well, Sanctity. You need to move back to your lane afterwards. Yep.
Okay.
Easy kill.
Denied. He ends up dead. It's kind of corralled into the wrong direction.
They did get the first blood on him, right? He was just buying enough time for himself to buy the item.
Yeah,
Has
got a
that-
lot of time.
Yeah, he gets that raid band. And when you're that low, sometimes it's even better to die, go base, respawn the HP, and then rejoin the lane. Then TP into the lane with like 10% HP, and then you can't farm for the first wave.
Yeah, instead he gets a quick respawn and he ends up going back towards top as the Wraith. Like,
How many Riki Maru mid do you see in your bracket, Bcop?
not
Not too many. I
too
suppose.
many,
Yeah.
honestly. I get a lot of the same Pudge, Phantom Assassin. I feel like I'm always up against.
Pudge and Phantom Assassin. I guess I asked. It's a rough place that you're in, man. I feel bad for you.
Try to overcome it all by spamming each and every while
And
being
flame. I mean, everyone, right? All flaming.
I should do more of that.
Probably you shouldn't try to do more of that, but top lane so far, Marvel is sustaining himself in a lane such as this one. All you want to do is get to that soul ring on Underlord as soon as possible, push out the lane, and stack and farm the hard camp afterwards. Up to that point, this is also very proper. You just pull the wave away from the gyro for the whip, and you under your tower.
Done. Farming here bottom, standing his ground. He's level 2. gets to what, level 3, level 4, Nyx Assassin can move off lane.
Yeah, the moment this Timber hits 3, I think you can move. There's no killing him. He started with Timber Chain. He's going to have level 2 reactive armor. And from this moment onwards, just like in any other Timber lane, you can just leave him for a bit. If you have a good gank potential. But the problem is, mid lane, can you actually kill the Riki? 8 armor, very sustainable, most likely not. Maybe just stay bottom, make Timber's lane as good as possible.
Could you even go top? Like, even then, Underlord's pretty tanky. You don't want to be taking away the experience by making it a trial now towards top.
I didn't want to be rotating that far away from Timber as well. When it all makes sense. You're controlling the rune, then you're rotating mid, and if everything fails, you're close enough to follow back on that bottom lane aggression. If you go top, you're way too far.
Freeze over, but of course, that was very close. They've got the homing missile. Do they have the damage to get the kill here on tomorrow? The tower, they're a little bit scared going in now. Look at the tower, rocket barrage. They got the gyro, but they will lose this Underlord. It's a solo kill, or well, solo experience for the IO.
He should actually be fine, but he does have 8 stick charges on Tiny Plus boots. This creep is in the way though. Because of the creep, he can't use the toss. Yeah. Sometimes your own creep sabotage you. If there was no creep, he would actually be fast enough with the boots to follow up. The toss is coming off cooldown.
While that was happening, sacrificing himself. The Dire.
Yep. 22 CS on the Timber, 21 on the Wraith King. So far mid lane as well. Pretty good for the Walker. 18 CS versus 13 of Ricky, even though he has 9 denies. This lane probably will change a bit for Sanctity once he gets 2 Wraith Bands. That's when it becomes much easier to last it, to harass, trade hits within Walker. But I don't feel will ever really be pressured on that mid lane. You're a Crosswex in Walker, you're just going to regen all that up, unless a big rotation happens from, let's say, Tiny.
Yeah, which would require him to...
Abandon top?
Yeah, and that could be a bit of a problem.
He's already doing it. If you look at the jungle, he's actually messing with their stacks. He managed to block 1 at least.
But those stacks, if too careful, they'll come up, get 3 or 4 per camp, have yourself a good couple of stacks there for the gyro, get him a little bit of boost in farm. Right now, gyro leading the way in net worth, and that's followed.
Yeah, even though he died once, remember that he got that first blood, so it doesn't really matter. As he started with he pretty much started the lane with a Wraith Band instead.
Oh, good 2-man stun.
How did this happen?
Manages to get out, will get him. Goes a bit faster and mid lane.
Avalanche comes in, this is what they wanted, but the toss only hits Sanctity. Thinking about TPing in DJ.
Yeah, you're supposed to bring in a dot as well if you're ganking in Walker Crossback, right?
Sure he can't ghost block.
Yep. They didn't have that, and they didn't have a sentry.
And again, Hishki getting a block on one of the stack.
Yeah, the last time he blocked the medium camp, this time he blocks the hard, you know, a little bit here, a little bit of block there, that's up.
Cold feet by Carapace with the Wraith Fire Blast, walking out of that freeze. Continue to throw like mana at Nyx Assassin, but they're not getting the kill.
You're not getting anything here anymore. This is pretty much a done lane. He's coming back into it because there's like 3 creep waves, but you might just die here. Extremely careful.
Jabs though, thinking about throwing out the stun. Now they've got Hishki in.
But even with him, like even with the tiny, don't threaten the. He has a push.
Yeah, avalanche toss, right click's coming through. Not a lot of mana to work with for the Timber.
Yeah, he's letting the tower hit him all the time, keeping those reactive armor stacks up. And you just rotate the 3 heroes to watch Timber farm. You're here applauding him. Wow, nice. Yes, good job, man. Good job.
Standing ovation at the end.
Exactly. The 3 of them are lining up, trying to sure Raid King gets at least something. But I feel like it would be way more valuable for him to be in the jungle at the moment.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, because especially if he dies, you're taking a big dagger. Now there's no tower, so you're kind of forced to be in the
And he goes into this small camp. Meanwhile, Jabs is there, he's controlling him. Mid lane, he actually shows himself on the tower. He gets hit by the tower even.
Yeah, it goes a little bit too far out of the trees.
There was a ward scouting him out as well, so that was never going to work. Gyro in his own safety, far his stacks, DI. And this is why this combo is so good. You can take some damage from the camps. I will heal you up.
Avalanche didn't hit Raven.
It wasn't gonna kill him. He was mostly trying to get a couple of flashes. Marvel is rotating in though.
They vision. Ishki, at least this assuming.
Yeah, they're expecting it. They don't really have vision. They were just running in blind onto high ground. Top tier 1 still standing. I think that's maybe what they should have done instead of TPing the tiny bot. Take out the tier 1 top so that you can invade the jungle.
Bottom tower is being subjected to
This way you kinda invaded the jungle, you didn't do a lot, plus you don't have any objectives taken.
Ace. Forced to use
Radiant's
two sentries and not even get enough. Avalanche toss and Pit of Malice with the Firestorm. Marvel will get the kill on a DJ.
That's a decent kill. Pressuring the Gyro away from the lane most likely. Also, because of that, Marvel should be able to pressure the tower a little bit top lane, perhaps take it down. The problem is, Fnatic is already one step ahead, and they can rotate and do whatever they want to pretty much on the map. Do you want to defend top? Easy, you can defend top because no one is pressuring bottom, no one is pressuring mid.
Mark Oceanheart. Okay. For the Gyro. 5 net worth going on Yasha. He's got the Yasha being good. He is really
no crit shenanigans, nothing like that. I think you give the Ocean Heart to him, probably. He's the one constantly in the river at the moment. That's the most out of it. And so far, this Ricky on the middle, every time I click, he's out of AP. They're just pressuring him hard. And when I say they, I mean Moon and his 3 balls flying around his head, because he's the one doing it.
Giving him that extra region.
They are looking
Ricky going into that corrosion, orb of corrosion that is. With that, he does start to carry a punch. So maybe you'll be able to make some kills on Raven.
Trying to keep an eye on the tower. Jabs. He'll run. He does get 6. The helmet gets delivered. Oh.
Very cool.
strange to say. Radiant's middle tower
Toss him once. Maybe he'll go back in, but they have a tricky short stand. This is really what it is all about. Meanwhile, Moon already setting up on the bottom lane, but they don't have relocate, so this should be pretty difficult. However, they are connecting. Great TP.
Yeah, he saw that he went into the ghost block.
Yes, he was also TPing very obviously while they were pushing tier 1 mid.
Just got so much farm going away of Fnatic. And getting on to these tier 1s very early on.
Trying on the Timber again.
Avalanche, cold feet, looking for everything. No Timber chain away.
Once you get A to level 6, maybe that's when you do it. And I actually didn't follow it completely through, but I believe Tiny took the tone. And that's a big issue. Like, I think you need your AA to hit 6 as soon as possible.
Yeah.
If you had AA 6 there, suddenly you can actually kill the Timber. It's possible, it's doable. Try again. Yeah. Please this time.
He really wants to get out, but he can't. The problem is, yeah, he dies, but that's costing you. You've gone twice. That's a lot of space.
That's a nice smoke if they can catch anyone. DJ, Raven.
Dyer's middle
on it,
tower
though.
is
He
under
tried
an
to
extraordinary
blink him
amount of
twice.
stress.
And now Tiny as well just runs in. And while you're smoking and doing all this, instead of pressuring mid tier 1, Timbersaw is respawning. So he won't be able to... Do they have a glyph? I believe they do. They have a glyph as well. Like, these small things really matter a lot. You need to understand that when you get a kill in a certain spot, at least you need conversion on the shot.
And they've got the Ice Blast. He's dead.
Okay, Great King.
Yeah, if they can get Race King twice, that would feel pretty good for him. Side of Lilgun, not sure. Great body blocks. They get the kill next 1-2-3. They do lose Moon over mid, but that is a fine trade for him.
The whole team of Lil was trying to actually connect and try and perhaps save the Raid King, but it's just another one of those instances in which you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
You could use that time to either farm, get your item faster, as Tiny was doing, or perhaps pressure the tier 1 mid a little bit more. It's looking much better for Lilgun this time around, as their tier 2 is still standing, and it's almost the 14th minute mark, 13:30. That's 2 minutes longer than in the first game.
That could change very quickly, though. Team fight, push in.
Well, yes and no, because Fnatic doesn't push nearly as fast as
I love that. It's a good point, man.
the Exorcism, Enchantress, all these Drow Ranger, all these heroes just pushed so well. They don't have that. What they do is almost a missile on
Dagger though for the Tiny. Trying to take this ancient stack.
rotation.
He's going to be in trouble again. They want to go over and they don't have a way to keep alive this Wraith King in my opinion, and now they look for a Marvel. Deafening Blast, that comes out onto the Ricky to just kill the Wraith King while all this is going on. And well, down goes Moon, but it's traded for the Underlord. That's a 2-for-1 trade and the stacks.
Underlord, Wraith King, stacks. You do still have Rift on Tiny. It looks like it's trying to protect it, as Nation's ulti has been already extended on that kill on Invoker.
Yeah.
But Ricky did show some power there. Like, he made Moon bleed out instantly.
Sorry, I
the
don't
hero
know
is
if
strong.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not sure how strong it is to justify it on lane just yet. We'll see.
Moon's positioning.
It will appear Radiant's top tower.
He was trying to get to the secret shop to buy that vessel as well to finish it off. Then he tried to follow up on the Underlord attack, so he just got himself in a bad position, not necessarily on his own position, not against his own
Look, Avalanche, Ice Blast, the Nyx Assassin. And Case want to try and get something from this, at least in return. TP or kill before.
Yeah, they had nothing, no way of stopping that. Timber also isn't going into Yule. This is going to be kid. They couldn't really stop a Sanctity, just helping everything out.
Going Diffusal next.
I like that. I mean, what else do you do? Position 2 Ricky. You could go for that beam build that I've seen Cinderan and some other position 4s play. Put your hammer into dart, but from the mid lane, you need to actually be a bit too.
Got a sentry here. Spotted. I don't know if that's even gonna matter. Done, and now he's going in to try and get the kill here on a Marvel. Cold Snap taking a lot of loose damage. They've got the skill on the Avalanche toss. Ice Blast comes in, hits on the move, they'll land the tornado, but they've got the Wraith Fire in the right place because they have the sentries down. And maybe they thought they didn't have the sentries due to the fact that the Nyx is stun. They killed Ancient Apparition, and Underworld will survive. Yeah, it turns and take it. And they look towards the rest. Right on a Raven. Oh, the big stuff coming in. Through here by the Nyx Assassin. Raven's still on the run.
Nope. Gyro? Nah, he
Now Sanctity is trying to run.
have one more sentry, but no, they can go. Moon was a little too greedy that fight. He got clipped by Tiny plus AA ulti, and he moved out. He managed to use the stick before the AA
Sorry,
But after moving out, he moved back in, and he literally went to melee range to a Wraith King who had a sentry on the ground. Moon didn't understand that there was a sentry. They kill him off. If Moon lives, that's a completely different fight, but...
Sentry that's
yeah.
up close to the top.
Because he also has one active in the river, or had it afterwards, but definitely didn't see that sentry or expected it.
And you see him run back in. Wraith Fireball pass, 2 right clicks. He ends up dead. The fact that Marvel stays alive in this fight too is kind of wild.
Yeah, because they distract everyone by the Invoker attack. Actually, very well played by Lilgun. And you can see some color of their draft. They can eliminate targets extremely fast. Tiny plus A, Ricky plus A, and then Underlord is just the one that follows everything up. Some bit of Malice and Firestorm.
So now they go for the tier 2 tower over bottom. Timber.
Sanctity was also out.
Two jabs and lands on the 2. Ace taking off damage. We get the code of the Execration. Overhit the right click. Cignal tossed up in the air. Raven still trying to chase. The tether is gone. They've got an avalanche. Hishki's gonna walk away.
Yeah, that was also a very nice smoke screen from the Ricky. Sanctity pretty much saved the Tiny together. Avalanche. He used the smoke screen on a choke point for 3 heroes and allow the Tiny to live. You shouldn't bail on your supports. Moral of the story, help each other out.
Or just leave him and tell him buy more wood.
And flame him as well and tell him that you're gonna report him afterwards. That's so obviously.
Voice.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It's
attack.
the words that have always worked.
I have no
It's a
reason
classic.
to lie about such things.
BKB finished here for Raven.
He's getting pretty much fight ready.
Right.
He has the BKB, S and Y, very tanky. Didn't go into anything too greedy like an Evidence early on. Just wants to be able to fight constantly.
4 staff now for the Nyx Ascent. See if he goes Axe next.
Yeah, that 4 staff is actually has a recipe queued up as well. 4 staff plus a recipe for 4 staff queued up, so the double 4 staff.
4 staff level 2.
Yeah. They should make that longer range.
Longer range. Yeah, Ice Blast coming in. BKB's been popped. Relocate out. Courier, that's dead. Still.
I remember the times when you couldn't actually relocate the target out to BKB, but we might see a fight here.
Yeah, they want to come over. They've got this. Oh, he's just gone so fast. We're gonna look over. Avalanche lands to the chain of cross. And kill here on the DJ. Just get out of the one. They have the deafening blast, and he does. The sexy is dead.
Yeah, that was just perfect execution by Fnatic because Breaking dies from the EMP.
Yeah.
He has 20 magic phone charges, but is unable to use them to get that mana back to actually use his ulti. Meanwhile, Rick almost hits and kills off the IO, but DJ lives on a sliver of his HP and his teammates are fast enough to kill the Ricky and get that kill before he manages to kill the IO off. Really well played by Fnatic. But the fact, the peace of mind that they had, okay, they just wasted a lot of spells. We wasted the BKB, but we can still fight. And then they actually go in and win a team fight.
With a team fight win, we'll see what they do from here. You know, they want to grab the outpost. They've already done so. Going Shard next on the Ricky. No surprise with Sleeping Dart. You've got the Vendetta. Each apparition.
Let's see how much of a change this Sleeping Dart will do.
Might get caught. They saw that courier.
Still has,
Question is, can they see him?
still has ulti and he's safe. He has a Cloaking Blade now to use.
He had ulti last time.
He had ulti, yeah, that's true. He's actually queuing up a BKB very, very early on. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Maybe a sharded moment, or just buying a Savage would be better. Then you kind of get the best of both worlds. You don't need enough for the ulti, plus you get some stats resistance, plus you hit harder. But, right, you want to take the safe route.
Trouble, Ice Blast going into the pit.
And this is big too. Now you know they don't have a ulti. You can actually freely go back into the
stress.
Yeah, I think in this one, if you don't fight, you use the ult, maybe snipe Rosh, and everyone farms meanwhile. You don't just stand around the pit while AA ulti is flying in and then kind of think about going in or out.
Anything from them?
Exactly, you're not getting anything from them. You're banking on an off chance that AA ulti will catch someone very low, and then you jump in with Tiny, eliminate one target, make some trades, but it's... the risk assessment just isn't there.
12-12. 4K lead. To the side of that. They've got the dust. The Sanctity. Sunstrike coming over the top. Tip chain. Sanctity. History going in. Trying to get a kill. They have the AA Ice Blast. He takes the jabs, but I'm not too sure that's worth it. Ace, he finally the staff used to make sure he didn't freeze over.
Yeah, and they just go top, continue pushing. 23 minutes in, tier 1 is still standing. That's just not acceptable for the game that we've casted together. No tier 1 should stand after 13 minutes mark.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
True.
Great. We got the middle in. Scout it out. He does have the wand. He actually hits them already. That will keep him alive though.
Go for the tier 2 tower. See if they can take this firestorm.
Hey, ulti once again.
Coming through the middle.
Tiny. Actually sneaking in through the trees, but was just a tiny little bit too slow. Couldn't catch the emotion.
Top tower is under attack.
This is a nice lead for Fnatic. Like, Lilgun, what do they have to do to bring this back?
I don't know. I actually have no idea. Maybe some Ricky plus stuff. That's how it feels like at least. These two heroes need to get some sick pickoffs like this one maybe.
Stun on 2 jabs. He's taking the attention of everyone.
This is a 5-man rotate. Assassin, it's not good. At least you get something, and is that a BKB? I believe it is. Okay, so Rating has a BKB. However, your high ground is being pushed.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the best trade-off. And the tier 2 late. The tier 2 bottom is already gone. But actually, Butterfly completed 25 minutes in. Ulti.
Once again, loses first strike. They've got the start on the hit. The Carapace is still trying to get the clear onto this. He's alive for a little longer, but finally falls. Toss on a retreat. He's got the rocket barrage out as well as the Black Cat to get the kill on the Ace. So now they're looking over at Moon. They'll get the kill on the Invoker. The right clicks from his right. Have to use it to work. They've got the Technic. They'll get the kill on the Carapace. Now they look over at this Wraith King again, but he gets tossed away. Have the stun.
Oh, Impale. Okay, uncharacteristic for jabs to miss a spell, but it happens to the best. Really good characters from him. He caught not only the Underlord, but the Wraith King as well. Sadly, Wraith King, sadly for Fnatic, that is, the Wraith King was fine enough. Nice try to toss back by Hishki. Lilgun showing some teeth. I actually thought it was a mistake to go on the Timber. If you have such a good setup, maybe you could just blow up Invoker first, or maybe even one of the supports.
Right.
But they made Timber pop that BKB early on, and then they managed to kill him afterwards.
Missing this Ricky, who just that far for him. That's a toss. That's a kill.
Nice smoke. Some Carapace. So, one issue that's probably very apparent to you as well is this Radiance on Rim, right? It's pretty much making Fnatic's game easier. This Assassin with the Carapace just found another valuable target to easily control. You can even see in fights, he's turning off the Radiance. If you're turning off the Radiance, why did you buy it?
Would you want to spend all that gold to use it?
I mean, it's a nice item. It also buffs your farming speed. Yeah, sure, but feels, versus Nyx Assassin, it really feels off.
Just the farming.
Nice focus. Names they found. Yeah. He's going to be that little bit much tankier. 10% magic resistance versus the AA. Very nice.
Got this.
Okay.
They got the kill on the Hitchkey. They look over the Underlord. Stun onto a couple as they chase this Underlord, looking at Dark Rift away. Sunstrike not gonna land, and they don't have the damage.
It's fine. However, he missed the rebirth back home. He was coming from behind. And I love really how Ancient Apparition always has these ultis from like some positions that you just don't expect.
Yeah.
And he's always good with wards. Like, look, even when they're losing, they always have good vision on the map because he moves across the map, does his own thing. He's really good with that. Plus, when he's the dire side of the map, those A ultis are just unexpected. They're coming from some weird angles.
You don't see him till the last second.
You can't dodge, yeah.
The outpost, ooh. You know he just walked in. Can't do anything about it though.
I'm just waiting for the sleeping dart, come on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
watching.
fall asleep, waiting for dart.
Throw the dart out onto you.
Darted me indeed.
They're, Fnatic, while they're pressuring, they kind of look nervous about moving forward.
They're just taking their time. They don't really have to force anything. When you're controlling the map the way they are doing, and when you know that the enemy team isn't farming anything but maybe one side, one lane,
Right.
you're completely fine with that. You're taking 2/3 of the map and then you can. That should be Satanic complete as well. No, not yet, but it's flying over to Raven. Questionable a little bit versus AA, right? As you won't be able to heal up, but after that ulti or after you pop BKB and that ulti has passed, be able to get your HP back up.
Kurt here is going over to the secret shop. See if they want to take care of him. Anyway, I coming in, but that's not going to happen. They look over now at the Great Team once again. Tossed away from the ton of Jen. Get the kill to Haze. The look over is now King's lost. Popped from CB Tension on DJ with Fire Blast. The crit, they'll get it. DJ Sanctity as well. 1, 2, 3 running.
Get some protection on him. He had Vision and Marvel, but fine too. Gets out with ult. So they bought back, but only AA. And Wraith King lost his ulti, but that's it. I think you're fine if you're Lilgun for that. You got the Wisp at least, so you're not super 5 bot back, but it could,
worst thing in the world.
it could be way worse because of the way they started that team fight. It was horrendous. They tried to go on the IO with the sleeping, but they forced him out of the smoke, plus the Frost Blast missed. So there was a high chance for Fnatic to just obliterate him.
Ice Blast landing in an odd position. Fight.
Because it's difficult to catch IO if he's not controlled. Not only do they have full staff for Nyx, but he also has Tether to move away.
To the Ice Blast.
Dust?
It's in trouble. He's not really done a lot.
Yeah, but that's such a decent and easy setup. Hey, that's so good. It's the dart on Ricky plus A on your team. It's pretty much a guaranteed kill on Invoker. He needs something to either get rid of the dust or get rid of the A sleeping dart or whatever. Some A on this, some BKB, something similar might be helpful. He actually has the BKB queued up.
Over toward Roche is Fnatic for a second. Imposter near the pit, that's going to be up in just a couple of moments.
Yeah, Raven is just bigger and bigger. That's Kadi queued up. He's sitting on 3k gold with the Satanic, with the Butterfly.
That's Shard that drops those two.
sure, there's a good chance that Lilgun can take this next fight if they set it up with Sleeping Dart. I feel like Fnatic, what they need to do is buy another Force Staff. If you can double Force Staff someone out of the smoke cloud, most likely you'll force him out of the AA ulti as well.
Right.
Because they will always try the same setup, right? Sleeping Dart into AA ulti.
Gold snap, doing it up, landed the dead and now the stun. Got to put a malice on the side of the town. It's not going to land. Getting all the way over there. The Dark Bridge out on the Underlord. Also the Wraith King out of there. That sends them back with Roche just spawning.
This should be the moment in which they scout it out. Chuyan, yeah, going straight into the mid. I think you can give it to him.
Cool.
Raven? When position 5 Gyro was popular, actually you would always fight that shard because it's really position 5-4. Well, he has it right now, but let's see if he actually uses it.
Give it a bit timber something.
Yeah, it's much better on. This thrower is when it was added by Ace, when it was added, I thought it's just a meme. Especially when you saw it.
It was really strong. I think our first real view of it was during the Season 1 Southeast Asia.
Exactly.
And
Masara side actually was building the shard.
And it felt like it was disgusting. Now he's deeper into the base.
As long as there's no Frost Blast, he cannot target.
On the high ground, Scotty finished through the Gyro and Ricky.
And we talked about that one fight where Ancient fought back.
Very dead. Got the silent Gyro as well as the sweep.
You can't deal with sleep and move away.
Trying to go on to his timbers. Really soaking up a lot of this damage. He's become the sponge.
We do have a buyback time, and each separation is not back.
Oh, that lands on 3! Significant because both Moon and Charm go down. They get the kill to the Ancient Apparition afterwards. Buyback on the Wraith King. That was a great ice blast. Now he's getting another 43 second smite carry. Raven trying to survive. The stun is there. They'll get the kill to Hishki once more.
DJ's here.
DJ trying to save if he can, but Sanctity is IO. And there we go. Raven trying to survive and shot to get the full fight back there. 1, 2, 3 once again. Sanctity moves forward and will kill off Gems. The Rockets constantly on 1, 2, 3. Raven fire blast going away.
Another
Super
dart
is there.
Raven is just a boss here.
Screw trying to survive. Got Satanic again. Fire blast. Don't even need it. He's dead for 94.
DJ, TP's out. Don't have any buybacks on Timber or on the Invoker, who both got clipped by that initial Ice Blast, like you said. That pretty much, that's the only thing that kept Lilgun in this game. Yeah, it saved the game. They didn't even lose the side. And it's a big deal because they also get the gem on Ricky. Wraith King did buy back, which is not that great, but they did manage to kill Gyro in the end, so it's definitely worth it. Plus,
They fought back on both sides.
yeah, and if he didn't buy back, they'd lose the side 100%.
Right.
What a crazy execution. The moment Ace not buybacks, the moment he respawns, they get major kills.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. It's only level 2.
It doesn't matter really, as long as they can't heal that break threshold. What's it? Shatter threshold?
Yeah, the 10%. Or not the 10%.
Suddenly it's so much easier to kill the Timber and the cross-passing Walker. Who's no longer. He's got a little bit of everything.
anything.
Or most of the
I
exo
don't
right
mean
now.
to be alarmist, but Dire's bottom tower is under
Obviously,
attack.
DL actually machine at the moment. Move behind the gyro, make him hit faster.
We'll let you hit faster. You can do this. You got it.
Still Jab is doing just so damn much in these fights. This is happening in the first game, now in the second as well. You can really see him doing work. Hishki is still around.
He's got TP available though.
What they're trying to do here is, if Invoker stays alone, maybe for one extra wave, Ancient Apparition sends Frostblast and he's dead. They can 1-2 him pretty much.
Or even a sleeping dart.
Definitely
Nice
even a
spot.
sleeping dart. Yeah. But this gem that they got from DJ is just so valuable. Suddenly Sanctity, he's not afraid to be on the map. And he can follow Invoker through Ghost Walk everywhere.
Yeah.
It's such a big item. Especially if it's someone else. You didn't have to buy it, you still hold it. It feels good.
Didn't have to make that purchase. Raven now level 25. He's got 3 missile charge.
What is the highest net worth you've ever reached on a hero?
30.
35k?
I want to say my highest with Ancient Apparition is 28. That's
Man,
for
I'm
sure.
not talking about supports.
I know. Just saying.
Wait, how much?
Like 28,000.
That's still a lot.
Like an 8. It was like an hour and a half.
I see. I mean, it's still a lot for a support ancient where you support.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
But you hit 25. The game is at a stalemate even when you're getting kills. What's going on? Ricky from Crystallis BKB.
Yeah, maybe even just BKB early on would be a little bit safe. The crit is definitely nice, buffs up your damage a little bit. He's getting closer and closer to level 25. They're all pretty much in the same spot. You need that one extra item and they can actually take a solid team fight. But it all comes down to execution. It literally does not matter. Just Ancient Apparition with the Frost Blast. That's all you need.
Moon's just sitting in the pit. I'm not sure.
Waiting for Rosh?
Yeah, and it's not up for minute 40.
At least.
Yeah. They might go through top here. Also
Possibly.
a lot of mouse like carpet. The stun is a lot of damage coming from Raven. They really give it over. They got to go to Hishki. He is in a lot of trouble.
That's a gem reclaimed as well, and that's a huge mistake. He actually used the blink and the smoke screen without using the guard. So Invoker gets that BKB instantly, and then they follow up so easily on the tiny without Invoker just dying afterwards. So he was a little bit greedy because he knew that Invoker will be focused on the tiny.
Now they're going on to the top tier query. Fight, and you're actually down. Been popped by Raven and got the stun, and Marvel just gets obliterated.
And he does have a buyback. And Ricky might have to use Pluto because they will lose one side at least. X123 is not enough to defend this. You need to buy back the Ricky. He'll probably buy back the 6 second time he is out.
They're going in now. Look at that. Raven's gone with no buyback.
Someone must be very proud of themselves.
This is a moment in which you as Fnatic can defend this game. Whatever Pod says,
When it's time to call it, it's time to call it.
that's it.
We're going to the mid-center. I think that's so. Look at that. Just that little interaction right there too is a bit of a learning experience for Wolf because Ricky holding that buyback a little bit too long when King's frontlining and is off that first life.
They weren't communicating that well because Ricky is probably doing the right thing. He's waiting for the 90 to screen. But the problem was you're losing rep already. So you can't really do that.
Two-man stuff comes out. They get Sanctity, they get Hishki, they're going to rush down Marvel. Two heroes making a full team fight. Fnatic are going to get the 2-0 here. Green up look, making it look pretty easy from series.
This is also
also the longest game that I have cast.
Does he tier 4?
In, yeah, I actually got to see tier 4. Well, they're still standing, they didn't